Hi, welcome to my channel, Manifesting Sister. So, today I want to talk about just manifesting in general and law of attraction and things that a lot of people may not realize what they say and do, how it's affecting their life. So, I created this channel for the reason being that I, being a woman of color, I call myself a sister, and I believe in manifesting. Now, I'm not going to pretend to be like an over the top successful manifester, but I do know that I have seen the benefits, the results from having the right mindset to activate law of attraction and to be a manifester. So let me tell you about my story. So when I was younger, and didn't realize what I was doing. And I think this happens when you are younger. Your mindset is different. I mean, if you look at young people today or even young kids, when they make up their mind to do something, nothing stops them. I think as we get older, we start to have doubt. We start to think of the what ifs. We start to think of the worst case scenarios without really having invincible faith that we can do something. We lose that as we get older. And that's why we have to really channel in on getting that back and becoming a manifester. So I can remember when I was younger, there would be certain things I would say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. And nothing made me feel like it wasn't something I can accomplish. One of the greatest times I can remember manifesting something that to this day still kind of give me chills. I was at work and this radio station that I listen to regularly, daily, all the time. I always had contests and I won numerous contests, and I'm gonna come back to that as well too. I won numerous contests and I was a rock star with it. But got to the point I didn't even think twice about it. Now, of course, being that it's 10, 15 years ago, I very well could be like, maybe I wasn't as confident, but I can remember something I did. So this radio station announced that, all these artists was coming to this particular concert. It was their big years. I don't want to say the name, but big concert. And it had at least 6, 7 different artists. It was at a great location. And I remember that evening, I told my coworker, I'm getting those tickets. I'm going to win those tickets. The opportunity came to win fifth row seats. And I remember telling her, I'm going to get those tickets. I remember telling her after work, I'm going to win those tickets. So that night, I always remember this. I sat up with a book and I was reading this book and I called every hour. Every time that radio DJ came on, multiple DJs be calling number 9, I'd hit that button. I hit that button. And I'll never forget, it was 5 a.m. last time and I got through. And when I tell you that the adrenaline kept me going throughout the next day, even though I had to be at work, even though I hadn't slept, it was just the sheer feeling of I said it and I did it. And in life, I did this numerous times when I was younger, but didn't even put a finger on it what it was. And it wasn't until I've gotten old in the last few years that I've encountered some things and just really been trying to figure out my life that I have come to the conclusion, like, you know what? I got to fix my thinking. I have to get back in tune and alignment with what law of attraction is, what is manifesting, because I've adopted the mindset of so many people around me, just the doom and gloom, it never happens to me. I'm not lucky. It's always for somebody else. So I'm going to give you a prime example. I've been experimenting with this in the last couple of months, and this is why I feel confident to make this video today and add this to my channel. But I do sales, and I'm relatively new in sales, and at times I have felt like, I did clerical work, office work for so long. I'm not a sales professional like the people I work with. I've always kind of degraded myself in a sense compared to other salespeople. I've often felt like, well, the others are so great because they always do great, or they've been doing this so long. And what I found is every time I put myself in third place or fourth place or behind other people, sure enough, I stayed there. regardless of how hard I worked. Like I would feel like, well, I'm working hard to be here. But in my mind, I was steady telling myself, well, you're only going to do this much because so-and-so always is there. You can't beat them. And I've been doing this ever since I've been in sales. But I've always had people around me tell me, girl, you good. You can do this. You can take that person down and stuff. But in my mind, I've always regulated myself to 2, 3, 4, 5, not number one. So a couple months ago, we have these quotas and things, and I kind of been struggling, teetering along. And I'm one that I always believe in. If it's broke, we got to find a way to fix it. If it ain't broke, we ain't got to fix it. But if it's broke, I'm not going to keep doing the same thing expecting a different result because we all know what that is. So what I decided to do, I always try to, first few months that I fell off, I asked coworkers, what can I do? What am I doing? And everybody's like, your presentations are flawless. So then somebody said, start asking for the sale more. So I did that. But what I don't know, what I really had to do, because it was no longer about the process or getting the mechanics down. I had to fix this. I had to fix this because you know what? For months, the words been coming out of my mouth, my presentation, but it's been like, you probably don't want to buy this from me. Oh, you want to go there. Now I got this confidence like, okay, I've presented you with the product. I've presented you with your options. What would you like to do? And I kid you not being cocky, not being over the top, not even verbalizing this to anybody. I changed my mindset. I told myself I'm going to reach these goals that have been set for me. I told myself what I was going to do. And as far as when circumstances presented itself, I did quite well. Now, a day like today, I can't make people come into my store. I'm making some calls. I'm going to check on some people, but just me. The opportunities I've been presenting with, I have upped my game. Because once I fix this, that I can do it, I'm going to do it. Opportunities presented themselves. Things stop feeling so hard. And another key that I did was I learned to choose to be happy. I learned to choose to be content. And I learned to not set benchmarks up on certain outcomes that I think I need to happen, but rather being okay with whatever happens because in the long run, I'm going to get what I have coming from me, and no one can take that from me. I've learned some days they're good, some days not so good, but I'm not going to let my mindset be altered by outside circumstances that, like I've seen times where I have actually cried in my car, cried on my way home. Why is this so hard for me? What is wrong? What is wrong? What is wrong? But I really was setting up a vicious cycle for myself because I would come right back in like, probably be my luck today, and then I won't get anybody or I won't get a good sale. And I trust you, whatever you believe, it will come to pass. So you got to learn how to believe in the right stuff. Because if you don't want the bad stuff to come, you got to stop believing in it. You got to stop thinking about, this might happen, that might happen. Because here's the thing. Yeah, it could, but why invite it? Why invite it? Like, I've always kind of known this, but sometimes I slip up in practicing it. There are certain things that I know I don't want to happen to me. I don't even let my mind cross it because I don't want to attract it. So why wouldn't I apply that in so many other areas in my life? If I know I don't want a bad day at work, why am I thinking about it? Like, oh, I'm going to be the only one that don't sell. You have to fix your mindset. Don't let generational curses hold you back. Now, I love my mama to death. I love my mama. I love my mama. But my poor mother grew up with a very poverty mindset. She grew up with a mindset of good things don't happen to us. We'll never make it. This is good as it gets. You don't know how hard I have to fight to not to slide into that and repeat the cycle. But in this day, 2020, I refuse to keep that pattern going. I refuse to continue to believe that all this abundance that's out there in the world is not for me. I'm going to get my peace. I'm working I am going to get my peace. And that is what I want to really share. That is the brand, the thought process that I am developing, is that I want to show everyone how we can change our lives. Manifest what you want. Me personally, I ain't looking for a relationship. I'm not in one. I'm not looking for one. But you can manifest a good person. Many years ago, that was another thing I did. I remember thinking when I was younger, I want a guy that looked like this, this, and this. Before you know it, I did it. Didn't work out, but I got what I wanted physically and looks wise. And it's just so many things. If you put your mind to it, you'll be surprised. I challenge you now to go back and think about things you have made your mind up and said you're going to do, and they came to pass. That will help you tap into what is manifesting, what is law of attraction. Come back to my channel as I share more, and thank you so much for being here. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment below. Share your experiences with me. Have a wonderful day.